Welcome everyone to the Watchlist, your virtual weekly TV guide right here on the Latiners Network. Ready to go over all the shows, documentaries, films released on streaming over the past week. Give you our best recommendations or non-recommendations as the case may be. And of course, at the end of the show, letting you know what's coming out next week so you too can create your very own watchlist. Joining us as always is Senor Jaime, aka Chewy. Oh, there he is. What it is, what it was, what it shall be.
It's the loser's lounge, what it shall be at this rate. Jesus
Oh
Christ.
man, he wasn't here last week to join us. He was in mourning due to his lackluster Miami Dolphin-esque start to the season, if you will.
Oh, and
Uh,
six.
oh,
Jesus Christ.
in the dumps, man. Oh, still plenty of time to turn things around. You know,
That's what you get for drafting rookies. Fucking A.
that for real. I'm not doing too good in two of my leagues, but I'm still alive in one and doing well in the other. So whatever. It's kind of a mixed bag. It always is. Just like there's always a mixed bag of what's on TV. Well, on streaming anyways, there's always something to watch. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, hit the notification bell, help us out. It's free, it's easy, and join us here every Sunday so you can get your watch list together. Let's get a
Right.
kickoff, Chewy.
Well,
Oh, go ahead.
before I mean, I guess I was absent last week.
Sure.
Not a good show, but whatever. Um, but final thoughts on Foundation. I think we watched the last episode together,
Sure.
but we didn't actually get a chance to discuss among ourselves what we
We didn't.
felt, what
I got a
the
chance to discuss.
well, that's true. One of us did, one of us did not.
I know.
Um, Obviously, still, I obviously, one of my top sci-fi shows, top shop shows. Period, man. It's just, it was this season was so good. I mean, every season has gotten better. The story's been more concise. Visually, I mean, from day one, Apple spends millions of dollars per episode, so they're not shy on spending that cheddar on this show, man. I mean, Jesus. But I think I think it's found its stride as far as balancing story, because obviously there's this show is scale. I mean, it takes place over literally thousands of years. And we get a lot of back history of stuff that'll show up, but they mentioned that what we do see is over 300 years so far. I'm not sure what the next jump will be, if there's going to be a jump. But I just thought it was great. I mean, the surprises it pulled. I was trying to keep this spoiler free. Um, Obviously, I never read the books. If you read the books, you would have seen some of this coming. I did not, so to me, it was I was a complete shock. They've still made changes. So they use more inspiration versus adaptation of the books. But overall, man, I'm loving the characters. I can't wait to see who actually comes back and who doesn't, and where they take the next inflection point of the story.
Yeah, it was alright. No, just kidding. It's fine. No, look, it was
Don't
great.
be a Jerry. Don't be a Jerry.
I thought no, it was the best season for sure. Yeah, just the pacing was so much better this year, and it was good last couple of years. Don't get me wrong, but this one they just really surpassed the bar they set. A lot of surprises in the end. Love how things ended up. I'm very curious where this kicks off. You're right. I knowing the show, you never know where or when it takes place, I guess, and
More than when, right?
well,
Because
when, right? Yeah, okay. Well, how far they're gonna go deep and whatever. Repercussions based on everything that happened this season. So, look, it was an excellent show. It was really good. It was the best season for sure. One of the best sci-fi, if not the best sci-fi show on TV. I mean, overstating that.
well, I mean, currently for sure. I
I mean,
mean,
yeah, I guess. Listen, if you don't like what we have to say, we don't work for ABC. We're not gonna get fired. Hello, shots fired. Um,
good lord.
I joke.
Yeah.
But no, listen, excellent. It's really good. It was Apple Plus. I was one of the Apple Plus's finest, right? And that says a lot, given how many good shows come off Apple Plus,
Mhm.
obviously. I think Chief of War ended too. I thought that was an okay show. Had
That
a
one was
great.
that one was well. I mean,
The last episode was really good. Like,
oh
it was
yes,
brutal. That big, awesome. But that said, the show itself was a little imbalanced. It was fine. Not one up was bad. It was okay. It was
yeah,
okay. Like it was just 9 episodes was a bit long. I thought on this one.
probably, or they should
Right.
have advanced it faster,
Right. That's
a
what I'm saying.
little
The
bit.
pacing was off with episodes, and okay, some storylines didn't quite come through. So whatever. But it was a decent show. But I know that one also ended as well. I enjoyed it. Just wasn't as you watch Foundation. it's hard to
I
follow
mean,
that
it's
at the
hard
end
to.
of the
Oh,
day.
yeah, okay, great, Chief of
Yeah.
War. Not that it was a bad show, but just
No,
it's
right.
just foundation is
Exactly.
just so
Yeah.
much. It's leaps
It's
and
just so much
bounds
better. Right.
beyond, and it's storytelling and its scale. Right. We have characters that that we're not sure what's gonna happen. Demerzel, the Lee Pace version of Empire. I mean, where is it going? Is there gonna be a jump, a small jump, big jump? And obviously now the big factor, and obviously trying to explain. I can't remember the lady's name, but who appeared I think last season, and we didn't know if she was
Oh, right.
a
Yeah. Yeah.
program or what she
Yeah.
was, and now now it's like it's a little clearer, but it's more unclear what the hell she is because she appears, and I think if you look at her theory, that kind of explains a little bit what she is. Right?
Mhm.
She's not artificial robot, but she's kind of like the Harry, right? Where he exists in two different, two versions of him, right? Um, and not robot but not human, but that kind of explains how. But the one we saw at the end is that the real one, is that another iteration, or what's going on. So there's a lot of stuff going on here, that I'm like, okay, well, great. Now, am I concerned about David Gory not being part of it anymore? A little, right? When you switch
Yeah.
teams and switch writers and switch everything,
Yeah. That's true.
they kind of like, do they give it the Game of Thrones treatment where George R. R. Martin left some key points and they just went literally off the rails at the end, or do they stay faithful to the original vision, and give us a good story? Let's see.
No, for sure. Yeah, looking forward to that whenever, a couple years, whenever that comes out. But let's focus on what did come out this past week as far as the new stuff on slate, besides the whole lot of football. We'll start with, of course, the big one, Gen V, coming out with season 2, dropping 3 episodes on Prime. Of course, a spinoff from The Boys, which we love, and that's going back at some point for its final run. So yeah, this one kicking off the events of season 2. We were big fans of it. I don't think it was as good as The Boys, but it's still very good in its own way. It was a little bit different at the same time. So far, Chewy, your thoughts on the first 3 episodes?
I mean, like I said, I love the boys universe, so I dig it, and I don't. I think this season so far is more boys 4.5 than it is Gen V 2.0, because the story. I mean, it's hard because it happens at the same time as what's going on with the boys. So you can't separate the stories. So you
Mm-hmm.
just get a different view of kind of filling in some of the details within the boys, but also expanding on its own, right? Giving us more of the history, giving us more of what's really going on, more of the characters we love, and obviously they brought in. I think in this season, those 3 episodes, we've seen more of the boys' characters. We've seen Starlight. Obviously, we love the Deep.
True, the team. Yeah, yeah.
It's kind of funny. They start showing the picture of the
The
fraternity
alumni. Yeah,
president. I'm like,
yeah,
is that the deep? And it's
yeah,
like, is it the same guy, different hairstyle? I'm like, oh Jesus Christ.
yeah.
So
That makes sense. It makes sense.
that's sad, but whatever. And it obviously goes over the top with some of the hijinks and the graphic nudity or things that go on. I'm like, holy cow.
It's over the
Um,
top, for sure.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But no, and I was kind of curious how they were gonna, obviously with the passing of Chance Perdomo, and a character who was key to that, how they were
Yeah.
going to,
Yeah.
because they obviously they decided not to recast, and so they integrated that, unfortunately, into the story, and I think they did a pretty good job of at least
Mm.
trying to explain and try to write them out, not necessarily forget about them, but I mean, what do you do? And I think they course corrected as best they could under the circumstances. But I think it would be better with him being part of the show. Unfortunately,
Oh
that
yeah,
wasn't
it's
an
just
option.
what are you gonna do? I mean,
Yeah,
I'm not a fan of off-screen deaths, and no one is. But
but
what
in
are you
this
gonna
case,
do?
wait,
It is. Yeah, you have no
it
choice.
happened. So what?
Right.
He can't go back and reshoot it. It's
Right.
just
Yeah. I
yeah.
mean, maybe you could have whatever, but I get it, and it's a tough task, and it's an impossible task.
Mhm.
You're right. I think they read that in there. I was wondering about this. Oh wait, this guy. I forgot he had passed away.
Yeah.
I was watching the show. So where's this guy? It's like, oh, that's right, and oh, that makes sense. So look, it's good. It's still building its story. I think.
Mhm.
I agree with the fact that it feels more like a boys season, like as opposed to a Gen B like the first one did so
Yeah,
far.
yeah.
But I would assume the show's going to continue, hopefully beyond season 2, so that may break off once the boys ends, and now we see what we got left. I guess I don't know.
That's a good question. I mean,
That's right. It depends how that ends. We don't know, right?
well, we know if
Yeah,
the boys is ending. We know that obviously there's a
correct.
prequel
Right.
series in the
Mm-hmm.
works. But what's going to happen with this show after this season? Do they
Right.
continue it, or how does the boys end, and how can this possibly continue without it? Right. So let's see.
I mean, it's possible. I guess we'll see. It depends. It really depends on how the boys ends anyway. But yeah, listen, still a good show. If you're a fan of the boys, is one you definitely should be watching for sure. Netflix. We got a couple of Netflix. First one, Black Rabbits. It's a reference to a restaurant of the same name, was started by Jason Bateman and Jude Law, both brothers. Bateman kind of went off the rails, gambling addiction, drugs, alcohol, whatever the case is. He got bought out and he's out of the picture. Jude Law is trying to keep the restaurant together, respectively, trying to grow the business. And Jason Bateman returns back home and wants to be part of it. Unfortunately, he comes back and he owes a ton of money to the wrong people and brings down everyone else with him in a shitstorm of issues. And he's trying to pay people back and how he's doing it. And people die, etc., etc., etc. Chewy, your thoughts on this limited series? I know it was 8 episodes. I think it had dropped.
Um, you never hit on 15 with a 17 show. No, I'm just kidding. Stupid guy.
That's
Um,
true. That's true. Good listen.
that's why you hate playing with people who don't know what the fuck they're doing. But
The
whatever. That's
worst.
neither here nor there. But man, this is a great show, man. Limited series. I mean, love me, Jason Bateman, Ozark, and ever since his resurgence, right, into the limelight. Jude Law is Jude Law. It's very intricate, dark, complex. You're dealing with family, and obviously you can choose your friends, but you can't choose your family, right? And so you're stuck with what they are.
Exactly.
The good, bad, and the
Don't
ugly.
I know it? No.
Yeah, I know, dude, for real, dude. Worst brother ever. But no, man, this is really, really good show, man.
Yeah, I'm digging, man. Jason Bateman and Drew Law are great. They're great in this show. They're carrying this show, right? And a premise. I wasn't too sure about the premise of it, and I was like, okay, it's interesting. It's different, unique. It's not like a crime show, nothing like that, murder mystery, or whatever, and nothing like that at all. Jason Bateman, I'm gonna say score as far as say he's unhinged here, but close to it, I guess. He just can't
Well,
get
I
his
mean,
shit together. You know,
he's an addict, right? I mean,
he's an addict. Yeah, he can't
you
get his
see
shit
it. We see
together.
him
Yeah,
in the first scene trying to hawk his. When we
yeah,
come to find out his dad's coins, and
yeah,
gets the two guys end up trying to rob him and kills one of them by accident because they're trying to kill him. I mean, this guy is just all over the place, man. I
yeah.
mean,
He's just like a cyclone, and you get stuck in that vortex, and you're coming down with him. It's essentially his brother's going down that chute really fast, and his brother was actually somewhat legitimate, running his business or trying to anyway. And yeah, so a lot of stuff's going on there. So yeah, very good show. I love the intro because it kind of takes us to what I would assume the show is heading towards. I think
yeah, yes,
yeah,
yeah. We get
yeah.
the trope, a little bit tropey,
Of
classic.
course,
We
yeah,
start
yeah,
with the present, and then we go back a few months to
sure,
build up to how do we get there, right?
exactly, yeah.
Now, how do we get there is immensely interesting.
It's interesting. It's
With the
engaging. Yeah,
brothers, with the
very dark show.
restaurant. It's funny the Shylock character. We just
Mm.
saw him on Foundation, so I'm glad he's still
Yeah,
working.
gotta eat. Man's gotta eat.
Yeah.
But no,
Um,
this is really well done. It's compelling. It's again reminds me it's very David Fincher esque as far as the darkness of the show in terms of its presentation and stuff. Yeah, very good. I'm enjoying this one a lot. So it's a limited series. We've heard it before from Netflix recently. Maybe it turns into something. I don't know.
well,
We'll see how this ends. This could end tragically. I got a feeling it probably will. Next one, Billionaires Bunker, again on Netflix, dropping 8 episodes. This is from the same folks that did Money Heist,
mhm.
Casa de Papel, if I'm not mistaken. So I guess it's exciting. We love Money Heist. Who doesn't? This one here, Spanish show. We got a bunch of, I guess the world is ending. World War III is breaking out, whatever the case is. And these, billionaire people, I guess, had funded a bunker so they can survive for God knows how many years. And the war's ending. They all get brought in there. but it doesn't. Well, I don't want to spoil it. I really don't, because I don't know what the trailer revealed. To be
You
honest with you.
can't. You can't. Yeah,
Okay, but I'll
it's.
say things aren't quite exactly what they thought it was going to be living down there, and the focus starts off with two particular families, of which the son and daughter were together. I'm not sure they were married or not, but the son got drunk one day, kills the girlfriend by accident. You know, obviously on a driving accident. He gets sent to jail, and he gets out of prison to be sent to the bunker with his father, and of course all the families there, and they have to see this guy who killed his kid, right? The kid. Um, and I'll leave it at that. But there's a lot of elements of Money Heist in there.
Oh, absolutely, man. It's all
Yeah,
over
you
the
can
place,
tell.
man.
Yeah, in
It's
terms of the
it's got the.
storytelling, yeah, presentation.
Mhm.
I guess it's hard to talk about the show because I enjoyed it more because I didn't know what the show was. I had a
I had
feeling,
no
but
idea. I had
I
no
was
idea.
like, oh, what if? Oh, and then it did hit. I was a guess, on my part. Um, a little fantastical in terms of okay, I'll leave it at that. But it's hard, really hard to talk around the show. But that said, it's fun. It's a fun show. It's interesting. It's different in terms of I can't even say the genre of the show this is, to be honest with you. Um, but when you start watching, again, I know I'm just copying out here like crazy, man. But I'm enjoying it. It's an interesting
Yeah, I mean,
show,
honestly, you
you
see
know.
what happened. If you see
Yeah,
the first episode, and then
yeah,
you get the big reveal,
right.
um, and then you're like, oh crap, okay, this is not what I thought.
Hmm.
And that's what I said. It's got the heist element because it is. I would treat this as a heist show right
That's
now.
fair. I'll leave it at that. Yeah, it's fine. We'll leave it at
To
that as
the
far as it. Yeah,
extent that
yeah,
is it your traditional let's go rob a bank, casa papel type thing? No, it's not because it's not as straightforward, right? Even though within there, there's always the switcheroo and watch you pull around on my hat, watch over here, but what's really going on is over here,
yeah.
and so I'm still waiting for that shoe to drop. I think.
Yeah, like I said, they reveal a little by little. I think I've seen three of these so far. But it's cool. Like I said, it reminds you so much of Money Heist. Just, you can tell the same people made it, and that's a good thing. Quick pacing. Some things are like your eye rolling in terms of some of the love stuff. Like, oh my god, whatever. Fine, whatever. It's not perfect, but it's a fun show, entertaining show. And I think if you like Money Heist, this will be worth your time. Am I wrong there?
Yeah.
All right, last one here. We'll talk about. We're talking about all the shows that got released. We'll talk about one more, and that's the Haunted Hotel. An animated show gauged interest because the same creator as Rick and Morty, which we love. This one here is about a haunted hotel, right? We got a sister, a mom and single mom, two kids whose brother died and left her at the hotel, which is totally haunted by ghosts they can all see, and then there's no danger in these ghosts. Where there is a demon child, I guess, in there who's real. And their brother himself is a ghost, and now they're trying to bring this hotel that's struggling financially. How do you make this work? Chew, your thoughts on so far in the animated series?
Well, I was I only caught one episode, so I
I
haven't really
seen
got.
three. Yeah,
Okay. Uh, so I mean, obviously, when you say anything associated with Rick and Morty, the automatically that there's a certain bar that you
sure.
try to clear, right? You can't say from the makers or creators or producers of Rick and Morty and not expect it to be a certain style. Now, actually, I'm not looking for interdimensional hijinks, but the premise being, the supernatural, right? So a little bit of relation. I just didn't find the humor yet that I was expecting. I was expecting a lot more funny, and it's not a bad animated show. It gets animated, so it's created on a curve. But the humor just didn't hit with me in the first episode. I don't know. I'm not sure why. It wasn't like terrible, but I wasn't like I laughed a lot more at the humor style of the other show that was from the creators or one of the artists from The Simpsons. I can't remember what it was called. They had the little demon, had the princess. It was all based
Oh,
on
the fairy
fantasy.
tale one. Yeah, I know what you're talking
Yeah,
about. Yeah,
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 yeah. The
yeah,
fairy tale one.
yeah.
This one is. I'm just not laughing. I remember not laughing in the right places. I don't know.
No, I can't disagree, and I gave it a shot. I'm not sure if I'm gonna go back and finish it. To be honest with you, it's fine. It's just not as clever as it should
Mm,
be, particularly with ghosts. You know, a lot of cool things with ghosts, and sometimes I did laugh. Don't be wrong. It's not like this devoid of any laughs, any humor. It's just not to a level we've grown to expect from that creator, and maybe that's just a victim of expectations, I guess.
mm.
But in a vacuum, it just misses the mark, man. It's kind of lazy at times with the jokes. Like, oh, okay, and it's not a terrible animated show, but it's not one of all this stuff coming out. What's coming out next couple weeks and moving forward. I just don't think this should be on your plate. Unfortunately, I hate to say it, but yeah, it's not worth it. And if you may watch in the background, I may go back and watch it every so often, and it's only 25 minutes. But yeah, I was hoping to come in and say, man, this is hilarious. This is the next Rick and Morty or whatever. And
And
yeah,
yeah,
it's not a dud, but not a winner as well. So I do not recommend the show, to be honest with you. Too much stuff to watch. Black Rabbit for sure. That's the one I recommend the most on Gen V, of course, this week. So next week, I'm sorry, it feels like 2 weeks of shows in one. Cuts will be made. There's only so much time that we have here. Maybe between the both of us, you can see most of these shows. I don't know. It's chewy, so we'll get into it. The first one we got today is Tulsa King, of course, entering his third season, right?
I believe so. Yes. Yeah.
Yes. Cool show. Of course, Sylvester Stallone is a gangster out in Tulsa, Oklahoma. We like the show. We got the Lowdown, Ethan Hawke. It's comedic mystery. Yeah, on FX Hulu. I'm looking forward to that one, actually. Slow Horses, Apple Plus.
Season 5?
Season 5, yeah. That show's been consistent since the beginning. Really cool show, and I hope they can. I don't think it's the last season. I don't even know if it's the last season or what the hell's going on.
No, it's not. There's already 6 in the can. And I think it's a greenlit for 7. So
even better.
Yeah.
We got Hotel Costeria. It's like some kind of a action show. I don't know. On
Prime, so I'm not sure what to expect. Yeah.
It reeks of getting cut. I'm just saying. Wayward on Netflix. Tony Collette here, doctor with his kids, mental issues and kids disappearing mystery. So it looks interesting. Cocaine Quarterback.
That one looks. I mean, this is the type of documentary you want to see because it's so out there.
But this is what I'm thinking. It may get cut, man.
Okay. I'm sure it's only like 2 or 3 episodes.
I gotta see. Yeah, I don't know. I gotta see in time. It's a lot.
I mean, like I said, when I saw this, like, what the hell is this? And obviously, USC
it's
connection.
It's a crazy story.
I gotta watch.
No,
but there's some definitely like, what the F is, and obviously sometimes true life is better than fiction sometimes, and this is a clear example of that case.
Yeah, the quarterback who started selling drugs for the cartel, played for the Trojans. And we got the 25th as well. English teacher coming back for his second season. A funny show. I enjoyed that one. And then House of Guinness on Netflix on the 26th. I'm not sure this is a true story about the Guinness empire, I guess, of beer and all that. I don't know. And then we got The Savant, Apple Plus, Jessica Chastain, kind of a mystery thriller kind of thing. She's like she predicts follows terrorist activity, I guess, from a home, whatever the case is. And,
yeah, she's kind of like, I don't want to say private investigator, but she's an independent investigator, right? With some skills. So, let's see. I mean, I trust Apple Plus more often than not. So
absolutely, yeah, exactly. It's one reason why I'm kind of looking forward to the show. I was like, okay, Apple Plus, why not? So listen, it's a lot. It's 9 shows I just named.
No, and also I forgot. Marvel Zombies comes out next week. I completely left that off the list. I'm like,
boy,
stop it, dude, stop it.
Talking about making cuts.
Really, dude? Come on.
Listen, there's only so many shows you can watch. Dude. It's impossible.
I mean, you didn't even mention this week the Rebuilding the Galaxy Lego show season.
Well, how about rebuilding the heads of Star Wars before we start rebuilding Legos and Death Star? How about now you got me interested in? How about that?
Stop it, dude.
Let's do a show about that, right? The rebuilding of the Empire. People behind Lucasfilm, and then that'll be a show I'm interested in watching. Listen, there's a lot. It's only so much you can do. So we'll get to as many of those shows that we can. I'll focus on a good number of them. But that's it. Join us here Sunday. We'll break some of these down. Hopefully some of these are must-watch. I'm always looking forward to the next must-watch shows. Catch us again Sundays before football and get your list ready. Then watch some football. In Chewy's case, lose fantasy and go back to your shows on Monday morning. It's all good. Subscribe. Hit that notification bell. We'll see you guys next week.
Peace.